A secret war for the fate of mankind has left history broken. What if you could go back in time and set things right? Infinity Ring. Your adventure begins in the book, and with the help of the guide and a secret code, it continues in the game. Fix the past, save the future. The adventure begins now.
Once upon a time, in the far, distant future, a devastating plague takes over the Earth, and a lunar colony stands ready to attack. A young girl is about to become one of New Beijing's most renowned heroines when she catches the eye of the handsome young Crown Prince Kaido. But he doesn't know. She's a cyborg.
I'm Marissa Meyer, and I'm the author of Cinder, which is book 1 of the Lunar Chronicles. The book opens up by introducing you to Cinder, who is a 16-year-old girl who is part human and part machine. At the beginning of the first chapter, she has removed her old, crusty, malfunctioning foot because her entire left leg is robotic. That's about the time when the prince of her country shows up, because Cinder owns a market booth in New Beijing, and she has this reputation of being a really amazing mechanic. And the prince has a broken android that he needs to be fixed. So Cinder is trying to balance on one foot and diagnose the android and not look like a complete fool in front of the prince, all the while trying to hide the fact that she is actually cyborg. Cinder is technically a retelling of your classic Cinderella story. It is not your typical retelling. I've taken a lot of liberties with the Cinderella story. It has a plague that is ravishing Earth, and there's also a society of people that live on the moon. They've descended from a moon colony over many, many generations. The Lunars make for a really horrible villain. They have powers of mind control and mind manipulation.
This is nothing like the Cinderella you remember, but it's the one you won't forget. Read Marissa Meyer's Cinder, Book 1 of the Lunar Chronicles. Look for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
He calls himself Dr. Catalyst, and he has a plan. He has created an alligator-like creature, an almost prehistoric monster that will hunt down the deadly snakes that have taken over the Florida Everglades. His plan is to return the Everglades to its natural habitat. But what he didn't plan was that his vicious reptile creature would also begin to hunt down humans. Environmentalist Ben Doyle is called in from Montana to figure out why many animals are leaving the Everglades, causing havoc in the outlying towns. But it's his son Emmett and his friend Calvin who will be the first to encounter these strange mutant creatures. Find out what happens when a mad scientist's plan becomes an environmental nightmare in Killer Species #1, Menace from the Deep. Look for it at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Four kids find themselves stranded, alone on a deserted island. Until today, their biggest challenge was just getting along. Now, they have to depend on each other in order to survive.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Probst, and some of you might know me as the host of Survivor. I don't know if you've seen the show, but that's the show where we take a group of people and we put them on an island and we leave them alone. And they have to learn how to make fire and how to build shelter and catch fish. So it's all about adventure and putting yourself in a situation of, what would I do if I was stranded on an island? That's where the idea for this book came from, Stranded. Only we put kids in that situation. So the question is, do you think you could do it? If you were stranded on an island, have you read enough books where you might have learned how to make fire? Or maybe you read a book about camping and you know how to build a shelter? So we have 2 boys and 2 girls, and they range in age from 9 to 13. And the parents put them on a boat and say, why don't you guys go have a weekend with your favorite Uncle Dexter and they'll learn a little about sailing. They'll be out on the ocean. They'll have a really fun adventure. But something happens. A big storm, one of the biggest storms that's ever hit that part of the ocean, hits, and the kids are left shipwrecked on this boat on a deserted island with no parents. So here's all they have. They have a boat. They have some pieces of wood. Maybe there's a can of beans in there or something. Otherwise, they have to figure out how to do it all alone. That's the book Stranded. There are 3 in this series. This is the very first one, when they get shipwrecked. And if you like Survivor, or you like adventure, or you love camping, or maybe you've never been but you've always wanted to, this is the book for you.
You can find this exciting adventure at your Scholastic Book Fair.
We all know the Duquesne history. In the last year, Lena Duquesne has been in 3 different schools in 3 different towns, and in every one of them schools they had accidents, even deaths.
Is that her?
I'm not afraid of you or your evil kind.
I like you.
You don't know anything about me. I don't know who I really am inside. I don't know what I'll be.
Our words, our language can't explain all that there is.
My powers will be claimed for either the light or the dark.
You want to be like a normal human? What do you think that is?